ChemicalX, Polix on Eternal Empire. The first 1v1 between these titans. Let's see how this goes. At the very beginning of this. The bottom left. Our Zerg player, Polix. And then on the top right, ChemicalX. Alright, so it looks like we got some pretty standard things going on. We got an Overlord. We got an Overlord just immediately going away over here, not even going to scout over here. So we're just playing in the dark over here. Also on this side, our Protoss player, ChemicalX, he's going for a gateway right here. No regard for the ramp coming in. Don't know if the Lings are going to come in early or not. If they do, wide open door. But will we know if there's anything happening from the other side? No. We're going to be pooling our Overlords over here and continue to play with the lights off. So we got a bit of a gas going on right now, as these players are just playing as fast as they can. Let's see how fast these guys are playing here. We got 17 APM on one side. Ooh, it's spiking up here. Protoss player going up at 50 APM for a moment. Oh, the battle right here is just incredible. All right, so both these players still not getting supply block. That's a really good sign of things to come. Chrono Boost energy is getting banked. We don't know if that will be spent on quick. Maybe ChemicalX is saving this for a really fast chrono into his warp gate technology, or maybe saving this for some other technology. We'll see. But right now he's not spending it on the probes, and getting another gas right here. But he's getting some zealots out here to protect against the ramp right here against the Zerg player, and he'll need a couple many zealots over here to make this full wall and on hold position over here. Here comes the first one right here. On the other side, we got a queen coming out after our pool. We don't have any gas being mined here, and that would be very necessary to get our Zergling speed. We have a second expansion coming out here, and a first set of Lings. We got 3 pairs of Lings just coming out, doing some scouting out here, and see what they've got going on. Back at the base for our Zerg player, Polix, he's got a Spine Crawler out for defense, as his natural expand is just finishing now. Warp Gate technology is about halfway through, I believe, and that is not being chronoed. Looks like a chrono was spent on something. I didn't catch that earlier, but we got 3 gates coming down, and these 2 zealots are coming in, and they're starting to attack these Zerglings over here. It looks like they will clean them out. And we got another zealot coming in here to extend this game a little bit further. There's the chrono on the warp gate. We got a lot of probes here. There's no additional probes to be going in. Could this be an all-in? We don't know. We'll have to find out what happens. If this is going to be a one base all-in move, or if we're going to do some sort of delayed expand. We do have a probe out here that looks like some sort of late expand, but we can't be for sure. There's definitely enough minerals out to do this, but we'll have to see for sure. There it is. There is the expand. There's that probe. Go back to work, you little guy. And we got some stalkers coming out here, and these guys are just transforming into a warp gate here. All right, there is on the Zerg side of things, we got a Roach Warren down, which is a very strong thing against Protoss. Roaches are Roach and Hydras. Roaches are just so good against so many gateway units, and they can be just produced in mass. And we're not even talking about the old Roaches where they used to cost 1 supply. These 2 supply units are the biggest fodder units you could make, and they're actually being able to put out quite a punch. So we got not a lot of workers here at the natural at 4 minutes. We're not even thinking about an expand right here, which would be necessary for much more larva production. Both these players are doing a really good job not getting supply capped. Got some good injections going on here. We got some Ravagers actually being morphed on, over here, and some more Roaches coming out. Looks like we're going to be staging an attack pretty soon. Spending our larva on army does not mean we're spending it on economy, and so we're we're playing for a quicker game now, but we do have a drone coming out, so maybe we are going to go for a third base here, which is a pretty smart idea since we have so much minerals and not a lot to spend it on. And this hatchery looks like it is just a hex off the central location right here, just slightly off that area, but it's still going to be able to mine all of these things at a reasonable rate. It's still far better than not having a third hatchery at all, especially with those extra larvae that's coming out. We got some more gateway units coming out, late third gas, and no additional technology from our Protoss player other than the Forge coming out with the +1 weapons, which is really important for the Zealots versus the Zerglings. Our Zerg player also does not have any upgrades going on right now. We do have Zergling speed being upgraded. Roach speed is not being upgraded because we don't have a layer yet, which we're getting that right now. So that will be completed pretty soon. And I just missed this attack coming in. These lings, couple of lings come in early from this Roach attack, and they got cleaned up early. Now the Roaches arrive here with a Ravager, and they're DPSing down these Zealots. This Zealot is just going to be able to survive, and we're going to be fading away from this attack as we got some upgrades finishing out. We got the +1 and the Speedling upgrade for the Zerglings. We got 13 Roaches coming in. Looks like we're going to go for a huge attack coming up. Let's see what our Protoss player is going to come out with. We're coming out with some extra Stalkers, which are the be-all, end-all for mass units early on in our career of StarCraft. We've got another gate coming down because we need to be spending what we're doing, and there are still a bit of a limited amount of probes coming out. If we're building probes, we might as well build them on both of our Nexuses and put them on the same hotkey. We got this +1 weapon coming out. It's just about to be finished. And the Stargate should be finishing up pretty soon, which is over here on our natural. We got some pilots coming out. We are still doing really good for supply at close to 7 minutes, close to 70 supply. It's not too could be improved, and we do have a Void Ray coming out on our third expansion over here. We got only one lonely drone out here, and we don't have many drones over here mining over here, so we don't have a great amount of income. But right now that is not a big issue, as we're needing to spend our money a little bit here, and we just made a huge influx of Zerglings, and we're getting a Hydrogen to back up our Roaches. Let's see what our Protoss player is going to be doing against this big mass ground army. We do have one Void Ray and many Stalkers with that +1 upgrade, which are good against the Roaches with the armored attack of versus 20. But we'll see how they fare against this army pairing up with the Hydralisks. Looks like we got a second Stargate. What are we at? We are at 5 gate 2-star for a Protoss player. Good mined out over here, and we should be looking to get another expansion. We are just about fully saturated here, except for our fourth gas, and our Zerg player is moving out right now. Let's follow these units out here as they're going to be pushing out here, it looks like, and we'll see how that fares against our Protoss player, who is getting the ground weapons 1, and that should help a lot with a lot of these attacks that are coming out, these fast attacks from the Zerg player, but we'll see how that works out. We're going back into drone production, which is important. Looks like we spotted that this is needing to be saturated with some drones, so we're having our booster economy getting tunneling claws. Do we have burrow? No, we don't. We'll see about that. We got more Hydraless upgrades, which are really critical for the Hydras. We do have the Infestation Pit, which will be very useful going into the later stages of the game. This army coming out here is kind of pooling out here. Let's see. How do I get more active forces units? All right, let's take stock of what we got. We got two Queens, many Roaches and Hydras, about 40 drones, and 44. Going up to 50 drones and 40 probes here as our Protoss player is coming out to a third base. we'll see what's going on right now. We got our Protoss players just kind of staging up a little in between these two expansions. This is quite a common area for an army to stage its forces so it can respond to any kinds of attacks, which are coming up pretty soon. We got some Zerglings coming in right into this choke, spotted by these stalkers. Now they're all firing down, and we're running away. We can't make up our mind what's going on. We shouldn't attack in that choke, but we're going to. Maybe we just have just enough forces. We got some Void Rays coming in, and our Hydras are just coming in. I'm not sure if the range is not yet done. I'm not too sure. We'll have to check on the Hydra range. But now these armies are clashing right now in between. We'll see what's going on right now. Don't really know what's. Let's see these. The Ravager was making some vials, as looks like the Protoss army just has enough to survive this attack. More Zerglings being morphed that are going to be coming to reinforce this army, as more of these Hydras don't have the fodder in front of them to keep them from being directly targeted, but their DPS is very strong. Let's see if they can get some more kills before they're cleaned out. More Void Rays come in to finish this off, and we got some probes that are joining the fun too. Alright, we're transitioning out of this. Our range upgrade was great, which is great to have on an engage. If you're engaging with your Hydras, the range upgrade is very critical to shoot with additional range over the roaches, and the roach speed is not as important if you're already in position. Kiting is pretty difficult without that, but looks like they're doing that. We're getting... Oh! We saw pathogen glands being selected for a moment. I thought we were going to go into some infestor territory, but instead we're just going into... That was just for Hive, and our Baneling's nest is completed. We got our 4th base coming up for our Zerg, and our 3rd base for our Protoss player is just getting saturated. We're getting kind of mined out in here, and we're pooling up our energy here, still making Void Rays. See if that will be the answer to our Zerg player. Still making armies, still making things. And these guys are probably clicking furiously away. Just a battle of the APM over here. And yes, Chris, you are a piece of crap. And all of these overlords are pooling over here, and we got our another engage that are coming in. They're coming in onto our expansion, and it looks like they're going to be taken out unless there's a response here. A huge amount of Banelings coming in. And Chris, I am going to 1v1 you and make you rage quit the game so hard you'll never come back to Starcraft 2 ever again. And let's continue on. These forces are continuing to go in and attack the natural. Meanwhile, we got some Hydras that are coming in, a lot of Zerglings, some Hydras that are coming in. Looks like that amount of units that are being produced right now should be enough. We'll see how it looks with all these Hydras that are coming. The Hydras need to be targeting down the Void Rays, but it looks like they're not. These poor drones are just getting thrashed here, and the Zerglings should be ready. Where are the Zerglings? Where are the Zerglings? They're getting pooled. They're getting ready. They're getting ready. Looks like we've transferred some drones here, and so these Zerglings are just now arriving, and some Hydras to try to whittle down this army. The Zerglings should be enough to cover the ground. Let's see if there's some answer to these Void Rays that are coming in. This Queen looks like it should be finishing off this Stalker. And we just have 2 Void Rays for our Protoss player and one Stalker that's moving in towards the main. That should be coming up with a quick answer right now. We have so much money with our Zerg player to try to stop this, but where is the larva? Is it being spent? We just have this small ragtag army over here. We got another probe coming in for an expansion. Our Protoss player is not taking his advantage to his... he should be putting it out a lot more gates or in a lot more production, but we're getting close to the end of it. Looks like a lot of gas starve on our Zerg player, trying to get our Hydras out. We do get enough Hydras out, and we do have these couple of Void Rays coming in. Looks like they are going to be running right into death here. Unattended Void Rays will not be left at the curb. Will this 1v1? Who wins this 1v1? The Hydras win, not these fragile Void Rays. Alright, it's starting to slow down here. Oh wait, we got another army coming out for our Protoss player. He's just massed out many more Stalkers with some Void Rays. Looks like they're doing a little dance by the Zelnaga Tower before they're moving out. They may be running into this Zerg army right here. I'm not sure if they'll make a battle outside of the expansions, or if they will be closer to the watchtowers. Looks like our Nexus is just finishing up here as our minerals are starting to get mined out. Let's go to our income, where we can see our harvesters are just still kind of capped out at right under 60. But we don't know if that's going to be enough production to last them into the late game. Well, wait a minute, here comes a little attack going on right now. We got a couple of Zerglings and Hydralisks mixed in with a couple of Banelings that are caught out of position. They need to be falling back before they can have a little more army. But these forces are just going to get mopped up by the Protoss as they're coming in. Could this be the end? These Void Rays don't have an answer as they're coming into the third. But will the Protoss player have enough to continue this aggression to stop this Zerg player from expanding once more? There it is. There's the GG. That is the end of this cast.